Yeah, yeah. What up, bro?
You right on time, bro.
Yeah, man. We don't play, man.
That's what's up. You ain't waste no time. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
How
no
you
time to
doing?
wait. I'm chilling, man. How you been, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm hanging in there. As you could see, every time I do an interview, you know, I check in with my Corona beard. You know what I mean? It's you know, I ain't never had so much facial hair in my life, bro.
I know, right? I never seen you like that, man. I had to just do it myself, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it soon.
Yeah.
Me and my daughter working on a film project. So the project I got to keep keep a beard.
Yeah, a little scruff, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So how you maintaining in the pandemic, man? We never seen this before in our life.
Yeah, this shit is crazy, man. We maintain it, man. Thank God, man. Everybody's good. You know, I do have people close to me that was affected by it, people that passed away. You know, and I'm just very sad about all of this, and we're just taking the right precautions. You know what I mean? Because it's dangerous, man, and we can't be foolish about this. You know?
Yeah, I don't know why people aren't taking it more serious because, we just lost King Shooter today. He's dude down with Dave East.
Oh, word.
From Queens. He's from Queens, actually.
Oh man, rest in peace to the homie, man.
Peace, man.
Red the Godson, you know what I'm
Red
saying?
the Godson, yeah. Even OG Steezo, you know what I mean? So
man, I got his records right here. Like I still spin his record, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
the legend right there, man.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy.
I
see. Where you at? Are you in your crib? I see you got the.
Yeah. I'm in the man cave, the studio. You know what I'm saying? The lab with my records and my equipment, all my stuff, my archives, everything.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you got you putting in you kind of came through like at the right time because we got this whole project you got going on. Talk about the Chain on a Bike project and the title too. That's an interesting title.
All right, so Chain on the Bike. So basically, the title comes from if you get on the bike, right? You got the pedal, you got the wheels, you got everything. If you're trying to move, you need that chain.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to move that bike without the chain.
Right.
So basically, I am that chain on the bike. I'm that shit that you need on your team to get this shit moving, to get moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not the whole factor, but I'm a main part. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that whole analogy was, and that's where it started with me and 50. You know, he called me that back in the days, and I always kept that. You know what I'm saying? Because he understood my role at that time, and we was just moving. So we was just getting the shit moving. So Shy Money, Chain on the Bike, I was getting it done, and that's where it come from.
That's dope. That's dope. Now you working with a lot of artists on this. Talk about the acts that you have on here.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody that was a part of this. Shout out to Teddy Andreas, my boy. Teddy's dope. You know what I'm saying? He got some new project that just dropped. Teddy Andreas Soriano, my bad. And that joint is fire. Teddy's real.
Right.
He's real with it, real spitter. And Star Jella from Queens. You know what I'm saying? Third World.
Yeah.
Shout out to Star Jella. I got him. I got a whole bunch of dope new talent on there. I got this kid from Florida named Chubbs the Dreamer.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you worked with him like a recent announcement.
Yeah. Nah, he real dope, real talented. Then I got Sandy Benjamin from Ohio. That's the homie. Yeah, aka Felice, man. His music is crazy, yo.
Word.
I love working with him. I got basically like 10 records with him, and it was like, working nonstop. He's one of those kids you get in the studio where you can work with, man. It's real good. You know what I'm saying?
You have a secret guest appearance on here as well.
Yeah, we about to get to that. I got to shout out the rest too, though.
My bad.
You know what I'm saying? Chronic. Shout out to Chronic. Billion. Caleb Staff from Virginia. All different places. Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? The whole squad, the whole Queen squad down south in Virginia. I got everybody from all places, down from the West Coast. So it's a little mixed up. And then we got the legends, the New York legends on there. Rest in peace to the homie Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? And that's the big homie right there. That's the brother right there. That's the first dude that ever came to my mom's basement when I was in these basements making music and nobody believed in me. My man Busy brought him through, and he came in my basement and heard music and And that's when I've been rocking with him since the 90s, man. So rest in
Mm-hmm.
peace, Prodigy, love to Mobb Deep, Havoc, 25th anniversary, the whole joint, man. Love to them, man.
How'd you get the feature? I've heard rumors that it's not easy. I've heard things, you know, just gossip. You know what I mean? That it ain't that easy to clear Prodigy's music.
So, I mean, me and Prodigy always worked. Like, I've been working with him for a long time. So from the time even when he signed with G-Unit, we did get put him in a place. I did like 4 records on that album. We
Mm-hmm.
just kept recording. And when I was in Cali, I called him one time and he came out and we recorded with my boy Slim the Mobster. We was in the studio and we did joints on him and we just kept cutting because he was out there chilling. I don't know if he moved out there or what. He was out there though. And I was out there at the time living out there at the same time. So it was a lot of work getting done. You know what I'm saying? And we work, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm in the studio since back in the days till now, like I don't want to just be in there chilling. Like let's make some music. I'm a creative mind, so there's an A&R side of me, and then there's a creative side of me where I got beats. And when it's that New York shit, and when it's that real New York shit, and then when it's that pain shit, I'm all in. So me and Pete, I'm playing him beats nonstop. So yeah, we cut that, man.
Okay, all right. Now, what makes you work with this project with so many young talent as opposed to leveraging your relationships and getting more well-known talent, more well-established artists, I should say?
Because I've never been the guy that's been trying to stand next to the guy that's already been the guy. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, that's not my role in this hip-hop game. My game, I know my position. I know what God gave me the gift to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the main part of that is for me to allow these new brothers the opportunity and the vision and the information and the connects to get through this shit at a nice pace. You know what I'm saying? Not a drowsy pace, not a lazy pace, but a good pace to really get to this success, get to this money, get to this life that you chose to make this a career, where you could say this is my career. You know what I'm saying? So, I know that for me, since the beginning, since with 50, since with everything I've did, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, we know how to get this shit going from the ground all the way to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that raw energy of when it's first starting, when that artist is first in the studio hungry, and when you giving them that direction, and that's the part where I like, because after a while, they don't even want direction. You know what I'm saying? They good. They got the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? They just take what they had from you that they needed, if it's producer, whatever it is, engineer, whatever they needed, and keep it going. But that at the same time, for me, I got sessions with I got sessions with everybody. I've been engineer, producer, so I've been in the studio with endless artists as an A&R, as a producer. So with me and P, it was more like, yo, I got that. Styles P too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Styles P, the ghost. You know what I'm saying? So but back to your topic, like it's important for me to just get it busy and get creative with it, man.
Yeah. Now this marks, I don't know if a return is the right word, but a lot of people don't know your work in the production game is heavy. Is this a return to producing, or is this just you putting it out now?
So it is a return, because I got to shout out to my boy Sean C, because he sent this MPC, this Renaissance, about a few years back, and I was trying to figure it out with this change, and I had my 3000 right here, but I'm moving around, I'm on the plane, I'm traveling, I can't travel with that shit, so I kind of lost the whole creative energy. But when I got that machine and I was able to put it into my laptop and then use it away from the whole, it changed me again, bro. Like, it brought me back in a whole new space. So this is like a return, because I'm feeling more creative. I'm in a good vibe. I let go a lot of negative energy that was surrounded by me. So now I'm feeling real creative. I got my records, everything all in one place. I'm back in New York, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm just in a good space, right where I need to be right now. So it's allowing me to just get creative. Homies is coming to the crib. We cutting records. I'm sending records. Shout out to J Boogie, other producers, Cito, like that I'll send something. They'll put some keys on it. We'll go back and forth. It's allowing that energy to come back the way I used to be, but even better than what I think I was before, actually.
No doubt. Now you have a new label distributed by E1, Teamwork Music.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Well, I mean, what's your ambition with it? What's your goals with it? What maybe makes it a little different than other, uh, recording houses or whatever you want to call it?
Well, Teamwork for me, it's just like, it's been my production company since I started this shit.
Okay, okay,
So it's always Teamwork been here since '99, like
mm,
since before all that shit. So
okay,
Teamwork, that's just my whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And I got a small squad of people with me that's creative and that's productive, and we just get busy with it. And this is about picking artists that I feel is dope. You know what I mean? And that's
mm,
certified for hip hop to be able to be. Some of these artists are looking for deals and they can't get the deal until they get certain shit going. So it's like, yo, we got to break you anyway. So I'm a part of that incubation process. And
right.
that's been since the beginning of my career, just marketing and breaking artists. So, that's what Teamwork it is. It's like a house, man, where we just all building and we getting it out there. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. How's it working with E1? They're a beast right now. Like they just, I really at first when they first got on my radar, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really understand how large that company was. Across film, TV, entertainment, music, everything.
Yeah,
How's that
shout out
related?
to Sean. Yo, it's a great company, man. I'm so far so good. Like we really getting going. They
Uh-huh.
got my back. The support is there. It is a large company, so I'm
Mhm.
I'm I'm getting into some documentaries as well. So I'm able to use that outlet in a new in a new settings. Not just distributing music, but also content, which is
Yeah.
real important for this
Uh-huh.
culture right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
That's
we
real
got to
tough.
tell stories. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. So I'm excited to be with a company that I'm independent. Like it's my
Mm,
joint, right? But I have a
mm,
partner in distribution where I have services and I have outlets and I
mm.
have resources. And it's like, for me, I always got to build it up anyway. So it's like, yo, all I need is that. And they got me doing what they doing and I got what I got to do. So I'm getting busy with it.
Dope. Yeah.
Good,
Well,
good. It's a
ma-
good start. It's a good start. Shout
okay.
out to Entertainment
Okay.
One.
Well, maybe we can build. Me and Grouchy Greg, we got a long, well, I should say a large history. A lot of archives.
I already know. Shout out to Grouchy Greg,
Yeah,
baby.
shout out
I
to Grouchy
already know,
Greg.
man. I already
Yeah.
know, man.
All right. Cool. Cool. Now you are a part of a legacy that is not mentioned enough, and that's the mixtape era. When you were with G Unit, you revolutionized the mixtape game. You were part of that whole thing. Um, First of all, just talk about that aspect of your come up and related to where we are now, which is a little different, but almost feels the same with streaming media, streaming services, whatever, Spotify. There's a bunch of them, but to me, Spotify is the most powerful one,
Hmm.
platform wise. That is.
Hmm. So
Um, is there any similarities? Do you feel like a pioneer, or what do you overall think?
for me,
Yeah.
yo, bro, let me tell you, man. I mean, shout out to Hip Hop Evolution because they was able to tell a piece of the story. And at the time, I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was just a hustler, and I just wanted to see it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what we did was the whole change of what it was about the DJ. Then it became about the artist, and that mixtape became a
Hmm.
street album. And
Right.
today, people saying mixtapes because they want you to take it lightly. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not cleared, or it's not. But
Yeah.
it's their best effort. Some of
Yeah.
people's best efforts is said in the name of mixtapes.
Yeah.
Fab, his whole campaign is mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we know that was done, and they told the story, so I really appreciate that, and I'm gonna tell the story even more because it needs to be told, and I know what we did, and it was like, yo, I told Fifth, I was like, yo, you got this for DJ Enough, you got this for Flex, you got this for K Slate, this freestyle was for Ron G, this was for what, yo, but everybody's fan base ain't hearing the same shit. Let's put it all in one, and let's
Yeah.
give it to them like that. And
Right.
that's how that shit happened. It was like, yo, now we got a mixtape with one artist, and it's him
Yeah.
and his crew that he inserted in there and broke them at the same time, and that was the beginning of that whole era.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was it was a game changer for real.
Is there any similarities to it now? Obviously there's no tapes anymore, and in fact, when you were doing them, they were going out then. A lot of
I was literally in my car, or I would call my man Gio. He'd let me hold his Benz. I would go pull up in a Benz, yo, and I would have motherfucking mixtapes in the back. Go up to Canal Street, go to the Bronx, all the major points, Brooklyn. Queens, I got the whole 165, all of that, all the way to the bridge, and we'll get them to all the bootleggers and all the guys. You give it to them once, because the next day they gonna bootleg you. So so I already know from the mixtapes all the way down to the mixtapes.com and all of that. So I done seen the whole evolution of it, but the mixtapes was actually, it just was a physical thing where you could see that whole fucking energy go crazy, man.
Yeah. It's crazy because I remember
now we into numbers and data,
Yeah. I mean, it's weird to me because numbers and data was never what we were. It was the streets more than numbers and data. It was the people more than analytics.
Yeah.
How does this factor now for you? Is that a factor, or is it music first? You got to think about the analytics, right?
No, you do. You at some point you got to pay attention to what they're responding to and if they're responding. But at the same time, you got to keep your gut feeling with what you believe in. Yeah. So if you got an artist and you off to a slow start and then you're trying to figure it out, you got to stick in it, and then get past that point where they actually start fucking with it, But numbers is just, that's for the labels. That's for them to be a part of it, But me as an indie, I'm going off of what I believe, and that's my love of music. And that's why you got this record, because if I was doing A&R and if I was working at a label for Epic or Def Jam or for G Unit, I wouldn't be able to be doing this because I'll be focusing on the job and what I'm doing for others, right?
Yeah.
So here I am, independent, and I'm able to have the beauty of independence and give you this quality and this good music that I'm mixing me. Shout out to Pat Viala, Harold Wayne, Knox, Knox Beats and all of that mix these records with me, even in my crib, like we mixing and shit. So it's like quarantine time. I'm still creative and getting it done, but being safe at the same time. It ain't no crazy crowds. It ain't none of that. But the independence did that. That's what this brought me, and that's what you're gonna get. Because I'm not gonna be trying to make y'all, hope y'all like it. I'm gonna give you what I know I like because I'm a fan of music. And if you fuck with real music, you gotta fuck with my shit.
Word. Yeah. No, that's real. That's real. You've gone from a few different places. Epic, you mentioned, Def Jam, right?
Yeah.
And obviously G Unit, Interscope. What changes have you seen so far? What's good? What's bad? Like, do you feel dejected? Like a lot of people complain a lot, you know what I'm saying? I see that. I don't see it quite as much as I did just like a couple years ago. Like people were really just complaining like all the time, but maybe that's because there was the change coming over. What's your take on the industry?
Industry's fucked up. Shit's crazy right now. Ain't nobody really doing nothing.
Yeah.
If the artists ain't doing it, ain't nothing happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The artists got a team with them doing it, ain't nothing happening. The label's waiting, you know what I'm saying, for us to get busy or for them to get busy. So my whole philosophy is like, hey, man, y'all got a job, y'all got security, great. But for the artists, they still got to work and bust their ass and get this shit done. So why you got to turn over so much after that and give a piece of everything when you got to do all the hard work? The hard work is breaking you in this market, getting you out there, bro, because that shit got to happen whether you got a deal or not, you know? And the labels, they don't tend to do no artist development or anything that actually breaks these artists. So they'll give you a bag, you got some money, and then you can invest in yourself. Yeah, that's a good option if you ain't got no money to do it yourself or invest in yourself. So that's why all of us do this shit, because we want that bag initially, that car, that house, that chain, that whole shit that come with one, your first big money. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, you just got to start looking at it like my shit is, I started off, as a co-founder with G Unit, and you know, the whole thing was to just be a partner and not have to go get a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the circumstances, and things went left. But I had to still get out here, hustle, and do what I do to provide for my family, and go work at these labels, and make my name relevant away from something, so it's not just based on that one thing in life. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that was important because those are different steps, and I got to also, you know, meet other different places of people that know how to handle business different ways. So I learned the industry in a full way. Where working for LA Reid, I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that was another thing for me. Also, I went from one brother, which was 50, to LA Reid, which was another brother. So I had that kind of blessing at the same time. So, you know, for me, it's like the industry is just it's lopsided, man. We already know it's fixed. The game of fight is fixed, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Economic inclusion, exclusions, all of that. You know?
Facts. Yeah. Now you G Unit, that was such a moment, a movement. New York is different now. New York is super different now. Like the kid I mentioned earlier, King Shooter, I was familiar with his work. But I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was from. I used to listen to his records. I thought he was from Atlanta.
Half of these dudes that I'm hearing these records in Hot 97, I swear they from the South, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck's going on, bro?
Yeah, I was so confused when he passed because I was like, oh, I just thought Dave East was building with a kid from Atlanta. Respectfully, you know, I mean, respect the dead. You know what I'm saying? But, is it important to you to bring back New York? Because I mean, a lot of the records you have give me that feeling, that hungry, aggressive, but everybody's not from New York either. That's another thing we should definitely mention. Is that even, does that matter to you?
Yeah, so that's another thing when you said about teamwork. My thing is specific to a sound, you know what I mean? And it is specific to the sound you're actually describing. It is that New York, that real foundation of what we did, and that hip hop of just that authentic, that authentic hip hop shit that you just when you hear it, just make your hairs go. But not disrespect to anyone else, but it's just what I know and what I do. This is what I want to hear as the landscape. You know, shout out to Benny the Butcher, and Griselda, the whole team, because they doing authentic hip hop in a way that I love it as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sound that you could have all of this shit, but we got to insert more of this in here, and that's where I'm here to put that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's important for me, even though that's good, because it's really happening for New York, because I'm hearing them all in New York on the radio and all that, but it's like at the same time, that ain't New York, though. That ain't what we was doing. So, but it's all right, cool. I guess we getting old, right?
Yeah. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. You and I, you've seen a lot. You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot, but I still know what I love. You know what I mean? And
for sure.
That's the YBN core days. You know what I mean? And the Kendrick Lamar's, and you know what I'm saying, and J. Cole's, and their records is universal. You know what I mean? Crit. Big Crit, shout out to Crit. You know, 10 years where Crit was here. Those records, those artists, no matter where they're from, it's just felt on all levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I wanted to ask you. I couldn't get you here and not ask you about your situation with 50. Are you guys in a better space now? A few years ago, it was you know, you guys played out some things in the media. He called you out a couple times, things of that nature. What's the latest?
The latest is I mean, for me, bro, it's like, come on, man. I know homie since we was teenagers, man. It can't be, you know, it ain't hate. I'm proud of him, where he's at. I knew he was going to be where he's at. I wanted him to be where he's at. He's very talented and successful at what he's doing with these films. I love his shows. So it's no hate, bro. It's just, we had an issue when we was younger. I made some decisions to make sure, you know, I could provide for my family, as well as, you know, he made decisions based on how he know how to do business.
Yeah.
We was young, you know what I'm saying? And now I ain't blaming no man for where I'm at. I'm still good. So I don't got no hate towards him. You know what I mean? I let that shit go. You know what I mean? So whatever he feels, what he feel, whatever story, I see those little excerpts, they be tagging me on it. There's two sides of every story, and then there's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I don't want to talk bad about nobody. That's not my thing.
Okay. One thing with G Unit, we did a infamous All Hip Hop barbecue. Maybe like 10. It's been over 10 years now. I think been a while. I think that was like '07 or something.
Ooh, that was crazy.
Right? That was the golden.
That was crazy. Yo.
That was crazy, bro. And we had a situation with 50 where it's crazy. We had a situation where we had the game for one of our events. The game did one of our events, but he actually didn't show up. He was a no-show, but 50 showed up. And it was the craziest moment because we was like, yo, if this dude, but he just showed up with Chris Lighty. So I don't know what he was trying to do, but it was scary. You know what I mean? Because it was like, for me, it was scary. You know what I'm saying? And we had the hip hop police in the barbecue. They was literally there. We got warnings from the cops, everything. It was a scary moment for us, right? Because we just was trying to keep control of the situation. But G-Unit was so hot. And to do that partnership for that event was big. We did concerts at the Hammerstein, like everything, right? But I wanted to ask you, from your point of view, how tough was that, or was it tough to be in that situation with all that drama around you guys? It was so real, you know what I mean? It was, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the way the saying goes is whatever you're ready to live for, you better be ready to die for, right?
Yeah.
So, we was really passionate about our music, his whole movement, and everything that we were doing in Queens. So there was no fear of anything because we was more thinking of the goal.
Right.
And that's the motivation, just to push past the fear.
Yeah.
The fear is not of God. That's the devil, fueling to make a decision to not do it, or to stop, or to end things early. But I didn't allow fear to rule me. So, we had our vests. I had my crew, Shadyville, you know what I'm saying? And I was good. And we moved through it untouched. And we had little indications and altercations, whatever, but they all get dealt with in certain fashions. And at the same time, we got God. So I'm blessed to say that I lived through it and we here.
That's what's up. Did you hear Lloyd Banks's recent verse? All Hip Hop's been doing a hunting season challenge with Jadakiss, and Lloyd Banks kind of like came out of retirement and dropped like 2 minutes of just pure heat. Did you get to hear it yet?
No, I didn't get to hear it, but I'm happy to hear that he's out of the retirement. I'm happy that he's at it because that boy nice. You know what I'm saying? So they need that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to hear it. He's doing his thing. So real quick, I want to tell everybody that's watching, we're about to take questions from Sha Money XL. And, any questions you have, just know he's at Sha Money Motivation. So we got to ask you from a motivation standpoint, how do you stay motivated? Do you have any regiment, anything you do special to keep you motivated, man? I mean, you go back to the Jam Master Jay era, which I really didn't fully realize that, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that was me when I was, I'm from Hollis, Queens, Shadyville, Queens Village. That's all the same area. So, that's Jay's right up the street on 25th, 24th.
Yeah.
I mean, but I met him at Def Jam when I was interning. And he just felt my hunger. And when I told him I was from the same hood, he was all for it. He supported. So, rest in peace to Jay, because he really took the time out, showed me shit, him and Randy Allen, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Randy Allen. And introduced me to 50. Like, literally, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I wouldn't even have known 50 without him. So it's, it's a blessing for that relationship and that connection. You know what I mean?
So, but how do you maintain your energy?
Yo, how I maintain my energy? I run. I do about 2 miles every other day. My girl, shout out to V, she got me eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? She got me doing the right shit. Then at the same time, I'm taking the right minerals, black seed oil, you know what I'm saying? Certain things, that zinc, that certain elements that your body need, omega-3s and all that. So my energy and my spirits is right, because the health in the mind is more important than all of that gluttony, eating and having all of that stuff you want because you got money or whatever. So it's more of a disciplined lifestyle that I choose to live, and that's what's keeping the peace. That's what's keeping the energy going, as well as, you know, this time to create, and I just feel motivated because I'm hearing what's out here, and it's just not enough good shit out there. And I want to make sure that hip hop is being represented fully on the real frequencies that need to be challenged. So that makes me excited when I hear, you know, a YBN album, and now it's like something I'm excited, like, yo, this kid is dope. And it's like, you know, those kind of energies from hip hop. And then outside of hip hop, my children, all my daughters, my son, you know what I mean? My family, my family business.
Right.
You know, I got a bakery in Queens where it's business. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm there. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like we get busy. Like, so it's all of that energy, being around family, and just doing the right thing for yourself, man. And that's what keeps the day right, bro.
Yeah. Yo, it's funny because this is, for me, you know, my daughter is like definitely one of my motivations. And I realize this quarantine is a moment in time we ain't gonna never get back. Like, we're literally in the crib like 23 hours a day.
Yeah.
And the 24th is working out. I'm like, we ain't gonna see this time. This is never gonna happen again. You know? Yeah, not this much time. You know, so that's definitely the blessing. So I'm gonna take a few questions. Somebody asked me to ask you, Anton Ra 7, what do I need to know to start a label?
What do you need to know? One-stop-shop.digital. You need to log on to one-stop-shop.digital, and you can have a one-on-one consulting time with me, and we can talk about it, and I can give you that information.
Okay.
I couldn't answer that in one sentence. It's a whole process, and there's levels to it. So we could do a one-on-one. I do conferences for producers and all kind of cool things that we're getting started, like I was doing with the One Stop Shop conference.
Right.
So for him, the answer is to hit me there, and we can really talk about it on a real level.
Now, don't y'all be cheap. Yeah. Don't y'all be cheap out there. Invest in your future.
That's right. That's right.
Don't spend that bread. Just say it one more time.
One Stop Shop Digital.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
One Stop Shop Digital.
Yeah. One Stop Shop digital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be cheap, y'all. I'm serious, for real. I'm personally spending a lot of bread on all my other ventures right now because now's the time. We have time, and if you are fortunate enough to be making money, you can spend the bread. But even if you spend the bread on the investment of learning, it comes back to you. So if you spend let's just say $100 for an hour consultation, you might mess around and make $1,000 or $10,000
or save $10,000.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? By not spending it, doing the wrong shit, putting the money in the wrong places, and you know. So
so take your weed money, just cut back a little bit.
Hey, invest in yourself. It's the best thing you can do for yourself, man.
Exactly. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't got no problem. You know, do your thing. Just slightly trim the budget a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's what I was going to actually ask you myself. Matt, I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Mala Chit the Don says, what upcoming artists are you listening to? And are you listening to new Shadyville artists like himself? Okay.
Northside JR, Landlord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm listening to Shadyville. I'm seeing what's going on. There's a few new cast that's coming, and I'm listening to everything that gets sent to me as well. So I got a few kids that I'm listening to on SoundCloud and even on Spotify that was dope. You know, it's a kid, my homie. He's really dope.
Right.
El Camino.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Rick Hyde. That plates. Fire.
It's hard to keep up with these guys now, man. Like I got a lot of young artists that I listen to, and you don't have that steady flow of promo hitting you in your head, like whether it's whatever, man, it just doesn't hit you the same way. So you might catch a record, you might put it in your playlist, just bump that joint, maybe when you're running or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But then you might forget the artist's name, you might remember just the song.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. I do forget a lot of their names, but then they come to me like Warren Went. I like him. He's dope. He's from like Long Island and shit. Like, there's a few kids out here that's dope, man.
Yeah.
And I'll be checking for all of them, man. And it's like I can't, you know, if I was at a label and it was like, hey, we got budgets and we can sign everything, I'll get busy. But I'm spending this out my own, so we got to be real conservative and do it at the right time, and we can't overload yourself at the same time. So it's so much you can do, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to Lady Luck out there. She's out there writing joints for Nene Leakes.
Always, man, love for Luck. Man, love for Lady Luck.
Yeah, shout out to her. What would you say? You know, this is all a weird kind of question, but secrets to success. Some people say it's networking. Some, you know, it's persistence, whatever. What would you attribute your success to?
A combination. Real talent.
Yeah.
Self-driven. So, like, you know, I would put myself in the network. I would go out. You know what I'm saying? It started with an internship, working for free, even being out in these clubs, doing these industry parties. You know what I'm saying? From Black Diamonds all the way down to all the industry events that was happening since the 90s. Just being outside, just really going out there and really networking. You know what I'm saying? Having a Rolodex of people you could call and actually shout out and let them see you on your journey. And for me, like, you know, I was on Street Team for Nas when it was written, giving out my beat CDs. So Cormega got my tape from me being on the Street Team. So you got to put yourself out there, depending on how you want to get it. I know rappers, they got to be too cool for certain shit, so they can't be on the Street Team. But I wasn't a rapper. I was a producer. So I made shit happen any way possible and put myself out there so I could get to the artists so they could hear my music.
Yeah,
you know? And so you got to really be hustling on major levels with quarantine and all this new shit going on, and walls going to be up everywhere and plastic grids everywhere. I don't know how you're going to get close to anybody. So it's really about that talent now. Now you got to really be talented and really make something special or something compelling. You know what I mean? You know, a real compelling visual. You know what I'm saying? A compelling song. And I worked with artists, you know, that do that. You know what I'm saying? And know how to really get it in one shot. And, and that's important. You got to be talented, man.
Yeah, yeah. What you signed Bobby Shmurda infamously.
Shout out to Bobby, Rowdy, GS9.
What was it about him? What was it special about that movement that made you sign him?
Yo, shout out to Stephen Victor, because I got a call from him and he was basically telling me, like, yo, there's some kids from Brooklyn and this the shit you do. This the shit you know. This is the shit you live, right? Yeah. This is what we know. Million niggas in the studio, the crew, the gangs, the whole shit, right? We live this shit. So for him, he understood I knew what that was. Right. And when I seen it and when I heard it and I felt that energy, it was one take, one song, one visual, one look, and I was in. Yeah. So sometimes that's that talent where you can see it, you can feel it, and you know it. And for me, I'm a real advocate for New York just to really just be popping. So when I seen that, I was like, he's going to save fucking New York right there. And that's what I seen, and that's what I heard, and that's what I still believe. Yeah. And, you know, he ain't no rat. He ain't doing none of that sucker shit. He a real one. He's one of the realest out here, man. And the kid he's about to come home, man. Yeah, yeah. He's got like another year or so, maybe a couple years. End of this year, man. I spoke. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Shout out to Debo, man. I spoke to Debo. Yo, he's coming home, man. Bobby about to take over, man. Yeah. And I know he is, man. And I'm proud of him because I know he just always been standing up since day one, man. And I'm there for him. What do you, I forgot he was coming home because I remember we were saying Bobby and Tekashi are both coming home this year. The Tekashi situation, I know that's just whatever, not to bait you or anything like that, but do you have any take on that as far as
you know, lessons learned, man. I mean, I think both of those situations are lessons in their own way. Is there any takeaway?
The sad part about how this shit go,
Yeah.
you never gonna know who's real next to you until that shit go down. And
Right.
when it was Bobby's turn, he showed you he was a stand-up dude and he was a real one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Tekashi, that wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
And he joined something that he turned on. So
Yeah.
when you do that, you can't really. It's like, come on, bro, why sign up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why go that far to do that? You know.
Yeah.
So he turned, and that's some sucker shit. You know what I mean? And at the same time, it's not necessary for him to take down all these people and put everybody in jail. Like, come on, man. This is lives, and this is like. So honestly, it's like it's two different stories, right? But you gotta wait to see how this story plays out. You got another rapper that's gonna come. He's gonna be the most gangsterist, and he's gonna probably do the same shit.
Yeah.
You gotta see. Only time will tell. You know, and I'm gonna be honest. Bobby's the true one, and these are his sons, but they just fucked up versions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of him.
Yeah. Now, everybody, you got Sha Money here. Please ask questions. We got about 15 minutes at least to go. If y'all throw some questions out there, I'm sure he'll be happy to answer them. Until we get a couple more, I want to ask you this: are you? Well, yeah. What's your favorite record that you produced?
Wow, that's a good question. Man, one is I have to say Poor Little Rich on Get Rich or Die Trying.
Right.
The process, that was one of the first songs we recorded in the process of that album. And when I got to work with M, he was able to add elements to it and sounds to it, and he mixed it.
Right.
And the way he helped bring that shit to life, that was like a first experience of a co-production and me being in the studio with someone that's actually teaching you something that you're going to actually end up taking with you on your whole journey. And that was one of the best learning experiences of my career to this day. And that's why I like to work with musicians. That's why I like to have a keyboardist always around. If I'm not playing it, somebody else is playing it on top of the sample, mixing it with, you know what I mean? And that record that's probably one of my first one of the biggest for my career that are my favorites. And then another one is the Mac Miller. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. 100 Grandkids.
Right.
Just because how that whole story went, and just, you know, getting a call from my homegirl Kelly, Clancy, shout out to them, and they, you know, just told me to go meet him at his crib, and actually working in the studio with someone that's so creative.
Yeah.
Like the dude literally took the beat from when he heard it and was like, yo, I don't want to rap on the 2 tracks. Give me the files. So I bounced the files. He put it in Pro Tools, jumped on Pro Tools himself, jumped on the guitar, jumped in the booth. Like, when I seen that, I was like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. That talent, man, and that execution. So it was like just having those creative moments with him. Of course, Busta Rhymes with the Stevie Wonder, Been Through the Storm.
Ooh, oh my God, that whole album, that joint is crazy. But
you know, and when, you know, like I remember being in the studio with him when he took the beat. Shout out to Black Jeruz on that with me, and that motherfucker said, yo, Sha, we're gonna put an orchestra on this. Dre's in Miami, and we're about to fucking put an orchestra. And the way Dre mixed that shit, holy shit, bro. Hey, man, that shit is timeless record right there, man.
Man, that was so classic. That record was so classic. And you're not too many people can work with Stevie. You know, Stevie's he's an acquired moment.
Yo, like, Busta. Busta got every feature on the planet. So he worked with everybody. Yeah. So Busta can make that shit happen, yo. And he made that shit happen, yo. That's all Busta, bro. I walked into that blessing, bro.
Right.
I got a record with Stevie Wonder. Thank you, Busta.
Right.
Straight up, bro. That's in the catalog. I got his records right here, and I got a record with him.
That's the goat. The goat.
You know what I'm saying? That's the greatest. He's still here. Shout out to Stevie Wonder, man, for real.
Yeah.
For real, man. One more record. Hold on, one more.
Oh, okay.
Put him in the place. Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? Once again, shout out to Have. Rest in peace, Prodigy.
Yeah.
I made that on the bus when we was on tour.
Okay.
And my boy Kai Miller, shout out to Kai Miller, he was with me, and I just had started using this bus out Juvie used to rent, and it had a studio in the back.
Okay.
So I was in there fucking with that keyboard, and I made that melody. And when that shit happened, holy shit, Prodigy heard that shit, and it was over, bro.
Yeah.
And that put him in a place because it was like, yo, I fucking, you know what I'm saying? I worked with him before, but it was like, yo, I fucking did a single. Like, that shit became a single and shit. So that was a big one for me.
Shout out to Mobb Deep, bro.
Shout out to Mobb Deep, always, man. Always, yo.
Love Mobb Deep, man. We did so many shows with them individually and as a group. I was
shout out to the whole crew, man. For real. Yeah.
Now, Nectar wanted to know, do you manage or sign DJs at all? Do you have special relationships with DJs? I know Shadyville used to. Right?
Shout out to, that's my cousin, Who Kid, DJ Who Kid.
Yep.
That's my cousin. Now I don't manage DJs, and I don't manage anymore at all. So I'm not a manager no more.
Yeah.
I've managed in my past, but that's not, fulfilling part of my life no more. So that's not my thing,
Yeah. Okay.
It was something I was forced to do. Like, I ain't really want to be that, but it's a lack of people being responsible out here. So you got to handle that.
Yeah. What does Haiti and being Haitian, what does that mean to you? What is that factor? What's that factor, that Haitian factor?
Everything about me, my DNA is Haitian, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Zoe to the bone, like, for real, like.
Yeah.
And I'm around Haitians every day. I make Haitian patties. I make Haitian bread. My family, we're bakers. I'm a baker's son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I live Haitian every day, bro. That's my lifestyle. My flag is with me. It's whether it's on my social, whether it's on my walls, whether it's on me. You know what I'm saying? And for me, this is all I know. Being a Haitian American, it's an amazing blessing to be able to come from that and be here and have this opportunity that we're given. So this is where that hunger comes from. And being Haitian is just, that's my whole background. I'm a Zoe life for life.
I always tell Black people we could stand to be a little more Haitian, all of us. You know what I
mean? You never met a non-proud Haitian, If you did, something wrong with them, man. Some shit happened, man.
Yeah.
For real, man. I'm with Haitians every day, man. I actually left California because there wasn't enough Haitians there, man.
Yeah. I was just about to ask you about that. It's funny you mentioned. How was it for you out in LA? A lot of people stayed out there, migrated, but you ended up coming back. But how was the experience?
Great experience. One of the best houses that I've ever had. Lifestyle. One day feels like 2 days. Good weather all year round. It's a good life, right?
Yeah.
Creatively, I've made some of the best records. Like you see the Prodigy record. It wouldn't happen in New York. It's too busy in New York. So we wouldn't have been able to, get up like that. So some of the best records I've done, Yo Gotti, California did that. You know what I'm saying? So creatively, it's one of the best places for me to ever be. And I'll always return for that and do that. But it's just that, for me, I'm a New Yorker and I needed that family. So, but it wasn't that balance of that. So that's what made the decision. You know what I mean? To get back to my Haitian patties and shit. Patties, yo.
Yo, can you talk about the legacy a little bit of the one-stop shop conferences? Those were something that we used to look forward to like every year, man. We were so hyped. And I
thank you for your moderation, man. You helped me so much in that. You was a great with that, bro, and I appreciate that. The whole concept came from me wanting to give back to the whole producer community, because the producer community with us, like we the ones buying these records, we the ones buying these equipment, so we support multiple industries, right? And we're able to give each other information and insight to help inspire them to go back to their neighborhoods, their cities, and help find the new stars or even work with new stars, right? Or the stars that's already here. So it was all about giving back, because the artists got these award shows, BET Awards, all these awards, they got their trophies, they get that. But this new producer, they don't got no information. So my whole thing was like, yo, I'm in a good space. I want to be able to call everybody that I'm breaking bread with or got love and respect with, from Primo to RZA to Q-Tip to Swiss, you know what I'm saying? To Ninth Wonder, Just Blaze, everyone, man. Yo, High Tech, yo, come here. I'll Q-tip you. I'm paying for your flight. Yo, Primo, whatever. Like, just have them all come and give this game to these dudes and find this new talent. See this new dude that's gonna end up being S1, and he did Power for Kanye West, and now he's one of the most biggest producers right now. You know, Kanai Finch, who ended up, you know what I'm saying, doing records with T.I. and, you know, the Cold Blood for Yo Gotti and J. Cole with me, like dudes that you'll find there that end up being someone. You know, the new guys like Jake One, who's now a legend. You know what I'm saying? The Business, you know what I'm saying? All these dudes that was here, Key Cat, and all of these talented dudes that needed to brand themselves. Ill Mind. You see him now, right?
Yeah.
That was his beginning. So this was like that opportunity to be able to say you giving it to them, not just I ain't fucking make no money off of that. That shit was for us to each network, because that networking is real, bro. That human contact is deep. Like, you understand? Like, we gotta talk and build, get to know each other, then boom, 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 and then we could just handle some shit after. But that first contact of just knowing a human in that presence, that helped build a lot of relationships. Yeah, and that's what that shit was about. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. And that's what the whole conference was. And now it's like I'm trying to, you know, still be able to have people get this information, because it's a lot of information y'all can help y'all career with if y'all just know instead of doing all that other shit.
Word, yo, that's super. Yo, it's crazy because we didn't appreciate it. I appreciated it obviously, but I ain't appreciate it. And I look back at the pictures now, and I see it, and I'm like, yo, I just, it's almost mind blowing to know that all those people were in one room at one time, and I'm like, I can't even process it right now, because it's almost like you couldn't really even do that now. Like, it seems like
you can't, especially as Corona shit. You
can't do it.
So and the whole thing was, who else had the love to want to do that? The brands don't want to do it unless it works for them in numbers, right? So they don't care about that's the culture part that people only want a part of unless they're making money from it. But the part when you have to give is more. It means more than just the take. You know what I'm saying? And that's where hip hop gotta get fucked up. And hopefully, you know, unfortunately with Corona, it brings a sense of compassion, because people have to learn to understand it's not only what you want in life. You got to be conscious for everyone, not just for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that goes hand in hand with hip hop, like that, and that whole give back is important. And I'm gonna bring it back once we get past this shit.
Okay, we gonna partner. We gonna work with you too.
Facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? You were grouchy. I had the ill questions. Y'all knew how to moderate. Y'all had that popping, bro. That shit was lit, bro.
I did a panel with Preem, Q-Tip. I'm like,
high tech. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. He was on that panel.
Yeah. What? Oh,
yeah, I got the pictures, bro. He was young. He was brand. He was out there in the network going hard since day one, bro.
That's crazy. Somebody just asked about Nipsey. Did you see that?
So say what?
Somebody just asked what you thought about Nipsey Hussle.
I love Nipsey Hussle, man. I never seen someone the international, man. He came to New York. He'll call your phone, bro. He'll reach out to you personally. That's one of the realest. Is God sent, man. Straight up, man. For real, man. Nothing but love and respect, man.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think of these beat battles? Well, they're not exactly beat battles. Versus battles, Swiss and Tim. It reminds me of kind of back in the battles, the little beat battles we used to have.
Yeah, it was that. That's the motivation. At the same time, I think it's necessary, because they just got to get that technical shit together. Like, over shit going on. The shit becoming too theatrical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more just about the quality of the hits and that, you know, if someone can set it up, you know, I got someone that can consult for you. You know, I got some real tech guys that know how to do shit right. But they ain't into that. They just want to, you know, just put it off. But they got to put some effort into that, you know. And I love it. Some of them I didn't get to enjoy because of all of the other shit. But for the most part, you know, it took me back to that, and I was like, yeah, this is what it's about. And it's not about who's doing it as long as it's being done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And hip hop needed that. And during this time, we needed something to get us excited. Primo and RZA and the Boy Wonder joint, like, you know what I mean? You know, that was really cool, man.
Yeah, definitely. We about to get out. Shout out to Crazy Noise Productions. Shout out to the whole Detroit. Shout out to my man Hex Murder.
Hex
The dude
Murder.
I hate,
Hex Murder.
dude, Hex Murder. Actually, Hex Murder and me met each other, and it was death threats the whole time. It was death threats leading up to that, and then death threats at the one stop conference. So, but that's my dude though. Hex is crazy. Hex is crazy. Shout out to Hex. It was all love. It was all love, but it was still death threats. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds
yeah. But before, tell everybody about the album. Excuse me, the album. It's on, where they can get it. I know it's on all streaming services, blah blah blah. But just give everybody a rundown before we get out of here.
Yo, Chain on the Bike is out right now. All DSPs, whether you Spotify, iTunes, iTunes Music, whatever you streaming on platforms, SoundCloud, whatever, man. We out there for you. I just want to give some good hip hop, man, that's out there. These new artists that are dope. Shout out to everybody that's a part of it. Enough respect. I just want y'all to hear what we do, man. We make this music and we make it for y'all, man. And this is what this is. Some really dope music. Yeah. New artists, future stars. I'm always putting you on the things first. Don't forget that. I'll put you on the crit. You know what I'm saying? First, I'll put you on a lot of people first. I remember telling people about 50 when people looking at me like I was crazy. So I'm always put you on it first. You know what I'm saying? We brought you a lot of dope shit first. So let's keep that going because that's some good energy to bring into hip hop, and we got to keep the game going, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let the talent speak for itself. And I'm going to let the music speak for itself, but I just want y'all to check it out.
Yo, Shaw, I just want to say, man, thank you so much for your contributions to the culture.
Thank you, bro.
I'm a deep dive into this album. I've heard it already once, but I want to go back and listen again and again. Really listen because the production is A1. That's the first thing that really hit me. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say thank you, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Let's keep working. Even in a pandemic, we keep working.
Thank you for this. Thank you for all hip hop, for being the best out there, for being authentic to all of hip hop, man. Appreciate it, bro. From since day one, man.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going, man. You got my full support, bro.
Definitely. All right, bro. We're gonna build later. Everybody, thank you for joining us.
Yo, thank everybody, man. Peace, y'all. Love.
Yep.